Hello everyone, this is Tom, your host for the Hidden Truths channel. It's July 29th, 2026. And I want to do a video today on the surveillance state staying its course. Everything's going as planned. Since it's a video my subscribers like and YouTube doesn't. So I'm going to do it on the surveillance state. Okay, the surveillance state, when I say steady on course, it's something that's been under creation for many years. You know, since we had cell phones when they could start tracking people. Okay, our surveillance state has gone extremely out of control. And we're up to flock cameras now. And which is extremely bad for people that got to deal with them everywhere they go. You are tracked from the time you leave your house, not only with your phone, but now pictures of everywhere you go. And with your phones, you know, they can track everywhere you go with your phones anyway. But just, I guess, a backup system, right? They're going to have redundant systems for tracking us. But yeah, these flock cameras are out of control. But I know of 21 years ago where I saw cameras, I don't know who was paying for them or operating them, but on light poles in small little towns in Minnesota. So, you know, the government's had 21 years to perfect these flock camera systems. But what are some of the next steps that they're going to take? Okay, you know all these data centers they're building too? They already got the infrastructure set up for the flock cameras. Okay, these data centers are infrastructure for something completely different, for total control. And that's what I'm going to tell you what it is, okay? But all the infrastructure set up for the phones, tracking us with phones, the flock cameras, that stuff is already, you know, they got to put the infrastructure up first before they can really bring out the product. And these data centers are the new infrastructure for their newest way and their ultimate way of controlling us, the surveillance state. And that would be digital ID and digital currency. Do you know how much storage they're going to need to track everybody's, when they go to digital currency, every transaction you make? I mean, basically, when they go to digital currency, it's going to be like, well, I guess our country's in debt, so it'd be like buying everything on a credit card. Okay? And the thing about digital currency, I said this many times, you got your bank account now, right? Who's the primary signature of that bank account? You are. When they go to digital currency, you know who's going to be the primary signature of your bank account and has to okay all the purchases? The federal government. You'll be the secondary signature. Okay? But that's why all these data centers are going up. It's the infrastructure being set up for digital currency and digital ID. I tell you what, I'm going to be living in the mountains. I will not deal with this shit. And they're going to say, it's convenient. You know what Trump said, we need to embrace this stuff. AI, it's going to make us richer and more convenient. Really? What has AI, all this new technology done? It's made our children stupider. They don't need to memorize anything or remember anything because they just ask Google. Hey, Google, what's the answer? And follow that completely. By the way, this digital ID and digital currency, that's the last nail in the coffin. That's where basically you aren't going to be able to buy or sell without the mark. No more garage sales. No more, you know, then they'll probably go to mandatory tips for companies too. But the government has control of your bank account. And then when they control all your money in your ID, your actual identity, and then they can make that anything they want, right? But that's why all these data centers are going up, for that next step. So I would be sure that after the midterms, they will be pushing digital ID and digital currency extremely hard. And that'll probably be Trump's, he'll say, that's my greatest achievement. And the Democrats, you know, all through the course of the surveillance state, it's been going on for what? 30 years for sure. Not one Democrat or Republican administration has tried to stop it. They just added to it. Okay? So you can sit there and say you're a Democrat or Republican, fine. I'm an American constitutional conservative. Okay? I even had one mega person tell me that we're the problem. People who believe in the Constitution are the problem. All I know is if you people are willing to give up all your freedom, we could have stopped this 30 years ago with the first steps. You know, when I was growing up, you'd watch a movie of, oh my God, the FBI illegally put a bug in your house and was listening to it. That was just the most evil thing the government could do, was spy on you. Now it's a rite of passage for the government, something they feel privileged to. But we're not allowed to have any transparency. You know, the thing is, the flock cameras need to be pointed in at them. This constitutional republic was founded on the American people survey the government. Surveil the government. So we always know what's going on. That's why I have freedom of the press, for them to do it and stuff. It's not for them to surveil us. Not for them to turn the cameras the other fucking way. All right? But like I say, it's on course now, people. Okay, do we want to get this ship off course? Maybe save our children's and our grandchildren's future? And the unborn generations who our government has borrowed money from our unborn generation so we can continue to live our lifestyle? What people borrow money against their unborn generations? What? This country is the best it's ever been, right? Anyway, surveillance state is right on course. And the American people are going to do nothing about it. But I'm not dealing with it. I will I will be a free man my whole life. Okay? My whole life, no matter how long that may be. I will never submit to this tyranny. Just like I never submitted to any of the Simon Says COVID shit. And now that's coming out that there was shady shit with that. Nobody's going to go to jail. Fauci ain't going to get the death penalty. You know, Nuremberg Code. The 10 principles of the Nuremberg Code. You broke one of them, crimes against humanity. Operation Warp Speed was a crime against humanity, according to the Nuremberg Code, which protects all citizens of the world from medical tyranny. And of course, it's Nuremberg after the Nazis retarded shit. Okay? So no person in the world would ever have to be subjected to what the Jews were by the Nazis. Anyway, a lot of people don't know that because they don't teach history anymore. But anyway, yep, surveillance state is right on course. Right on course! I get you. When are people going to know what freedom was? What freedom is? When they don't have it no more. That's when people will realize what freedom is. It'd be nice if people would wake up before that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. This is Tom with Hidden Truths. I'm out of here.